Market update here on the 5th. So a little dip today. We have QQQ down 1%, SPY down 0.25%. I still think that there's more upside likely. If we zoom in here on lower time frames, I really think that this is an expanded flat. So and you can see it pretty much ends right around the 1.61 fib. So this is most likely a 5-wave move here. It could be ABC as well. This could be WXY, expanded flat. But I think that more than likely this is a 4th wave right here. And I have this labeled right, it should be right here. 4th wave right here. You can see if I look at this on higher time frames and you can see it goes outside the parallel line for a 4th wave. And so I think that more than likely we're going to see higher from here. How much higher? I think we can go to 416. That's the 1.61 fib of this move right here. And so we're just looking at it like that. So I think that's very possible. And if it goes to 416, I don't think this is a 5-wave move. This looks pretty corrective here. So I think it's WXY. And then the whole thing would look like, and we'd probably come down here again to 378. We've been hitting that over and over and over. Daily demands down here. That's kind of what I'm looking for. It's possible that we go like this too and bounce and go lower. But that would probably mean, it doesn't necessarily mean it, but it could be the top. Or it could end up being like this. Could be something like that. I don't think that's very likely, but got to watch out for that. So, again, 4th wave most likely, 5th wave higher to 416. QQQ, zooming out. I'm looking at this as either topped, similar to SPY. I deleted that supply zone right here. There's a supply zone right here. There's one higher. We've already gotten out of it. We came down here to the level that I was talking about in the video yesterday, around 316. If you're patient enough and you held your puts, you probably made some good money. I was not patient enough. I sold in the high 316s, maybe low 317s. But still a good profitable move from 321. But yeah, I think the same possibility. I think this could either be a ABC move, in which we got A, B, C. We topped out right here. If that's the case, then I'm looking for at least a dip down to 295, I think. That would be the 0.38 fib. That would make a lot of sense, 295-ish, and then go higher. Or it is possible that they topped out here. It's possible that this could be the top. We go down and finish the bear market, but we get a corrective move here, so it's likely it's not finished. So the other possibility is a diagonal, which I don't really like them that much, but got to add it in there. And why I like it to go higher, kind of like SPY, is because if it's a diagonal, the first wave is about $41, 254 to 295. Third wave is 260 to 313. That's about $53. So usually 2 waves are about the same length. $41 from 285 equals 326. And so I could see this going up to 326. There's a supply zone there, and that would finish off a diagonal like that. And then again, it could come down to 295. We could go all the way down to the 0.5 fib at 290. So I think that it's close to the top, but a lot of the charts are showing a little bit much more higher. So it makes a lot of sense if we go to 326. Tesla, I traded this one today. I bought around 183, sold around 187, and I think it's probably going to go higher, but we can look at it on lower time frames. It's probably the same structure as SPY and QQQ. I just didn't want to hold on to it overnight, but it probably is going to bounce. It's in the demand zone, and we get A, B, C, and you can see that the length of, we basically hit the same length for the ABC, so it's got to be close to finish if it's not done yet, but we can zoom in here a little bit farther, and it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Unless this is a fourth wave right here. Which it could be. 1, 2. No, fourth wave is probably right here. Hard to say, but it might. So tomorrow it could dip down one more time, and then that'd be a good place to buy. It's probably not bad to get back in here. I sold at 187. I could probably just do a starter position right now because we're in demand, and I don't see why not. We'll have to see where this goes, though, because if QQQ is going to only go to 326, most likely, if this is A and this is B, then I would be looking for like 220 on this. But that's like a almost 20% move. So I don't know if that is likely, because that would mean I don't know how it's going to go up 20%. So it could also do this and then go down farther. That's possible too. 185 to 198 would be about 7 or 8% move. But then again, it is also Tesla, and this can move like crazy over one day. So if it ends up going to 220 or 225, actually be my target, then I would look at this whole thing as probably an expanded flat, actually. I don't see this as a 5-wave move. Again, it could be another diagonal. All these moves look like they're diagonals if you want to act like they're a 5-wave move. But I like it as an ABC move. And if it's an ABC move higher to 226, that would mean we have an expanded flat in which we could come all the way down here. And that would actually make a lot of sense with how far QQQ would be falling. So we'll watch Tesla, but it is in daily demand. So it's not a bad place to buy right here. It's probably going to bounce to at least the supply zone at 198. I have this up here. NVIDIA could have finished a 5-wave move without zooming in on lower time frames, because this is so choppy. It's kind of pointless to go on lower time frames, but if we look at it just using parallel lines, you can see we got 1, 2, 3 breaks it, 4 comes back down, and then this would be a 5th wave, and the 5th wave would be, so maybe it's finished. I can go a little bit lower and just see what kind of move we got here. And I don't know, I'd be careful on NVIDIA, because just like the other stocks, this might be a 4th wave here. So we got 1, 2, this could be 3 right here, and we're coming down here for the 4th wave, and then it goes higher like that. So it doesn't look like a good pattern to short yet, because that looks like a B wave to me. So I wouldn't be surprised if it, or this could be a 1st wave, 2nd wave, and it goes higher. It doesn't look like a very good pattern to short yet, but if you're up here shorting and you just wait it out, you'd probably be good. It did go all the way to 280 though. It did fall pretty good. But again, it could go to 300. So we'll have to watch it. Let's go over Apple. And Apple's doing pretty much exactly what I said. I was looking for like 162. Came down here to 161 and bounced. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would be a pretty big move though. 163 to 177. That's about an 8% move on Apple. So is it possible that QQQ goes even higher than that? I'm going to follow it day by day and just see how it goes. But unless I counted this as an A wave right here, and this goes to 350, then yeah, we'll have to watch it and just see, because I've seen this also as a count, but this doesn't make any sense. Or I'm sorry, that's not right. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 1, 2. I've seen this as a count, and I think it's highly unlikely. And then a fourth wave and a fifth wave higher. Highly unlikely, but we'll see how it goes, because Apple needs to go to 177, in my opinion. And NVIDIA, not sure. Tesla could go to 225. If it goes to 225 and Apple goes to 177, then maybe QQQ will go much higher. But then we'd have to look at SPY as a 5-wave move, diagonal starting, and it would change everything. So Microsoft going exactly where I talked about. I think it has a fifth wave higher. Based on how far this third wave went, and my original target was 291, I think it can go all the way up here to weekly supply around 296. So not much change on Microsoft. Hit pretty much exactly where I'd want it to. Look for 296 probably. Let's go over Amazon. Amazon really falling, down 2.74% today. Let's zoom in here and see what's going on. This still looks like an ABC move. But I think, like the other ones, it could be in a fourth wave as well. I think that, let's see how far this retraced. Bottom here, 95. Bottom here at 88. I still think 108, 106 to 108 is going to be the target for this before it falls down, and then my ultimate target is going to be 121. So just some kind of corrective move here. Probably got one more move higher to 107, 108. Actually might not be a bad buy right here, to be honest. After hours, just get some at 100 and ride it up all the way to 107. Get a 7% gain. Would be bad. And let's go over Meta. So obviously I'm pretty bullish still based on all these charts. Meta, so Meta, fourth wave here, as expected. It came down here to 209, like I said, and I'm looking for this to ramp up as well. I'm looking for probably the top of this supply zone, maybe up to 220. And then that would be 5 waves. So we would have, if it goes to 220, and we're looking for pull back just back down here to probably in one of these demand zones. I would think, let's go to the 4-hour. I wouldn't be surprised if it came all the way back down here to like 201, 202. there is a supply zone even farther, but usually a second wave doesn't go past 0.78 fib. So I would be looking for somewhere between 200 and 207. So 220, then 200, 200, 207, and then higher. But again, we'll have to just watch it day by day because I'm trying to line these charts up so they're all doing the same thing, but you can't really do that. They're all a little bit different, a little bit off, but they're all showing a little bit more upside short term in my opinion. So let's go over the dollar and that'll be it. So dollar went all the way down to 101.45. And I think that again, this has looks like a fourth wave here. So just like SPY and QQQ going higher, I think we're looking at this like or move lower, and then that would complete this overall 5-wave move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're looking at a pullback all the way to 103, 104, potentially all the way up here to 105. And that's when we're going to get the dip in the market. So that's pretty much it. I'm looking for more upside pretty much on all the charts. And I think that is actually a slimmer chance that we go down lower. Possible, but I think it needs to bounce tomorrow and we'd get something like this if it did go lower. But again, I don't think it's ready. Let's look for 326 on QQQ. If it does go higher, SPY potentially all the way up to 416. And the rest of them you can look back in the video if you don't remember the targets. So that's it. Leave me a comment, like, subscribe for more updates every day after the market to know exactly where these stocks are going a high percentage of the time. Have a good night.